Hello my dear students, I'm back with your favorite subject, English, and you remember our last class we have gone through a very nice and very funny chapter, The Snake and the Mirror. Do you remember? Yes, so I think you have enjoyed the chapter a lot, and today we will be discussing the glossary of the chapter. What are the important and hard words we have came across in that particular chapter? Today we will be discussing that. So without wasting time, let's start. So the first word says full-blooded. Full-blooded means strong. The next word says meager. Meager means very small in quantity. Next word says solitary. Solitary means single, only one. Let us go to the next words. The next word is vest. What is the meaning of vest? It is a garment worn under a shirt or piece of underwear. A piece of underwear. That is called a vest. Next is gable. Next word is gable. Gable means upper part of the wall below a sloping roof. So you will find the gable thing in the house, generally found in the rural areas. This is an old kind of house made up of gables and old slopy roofs. Let us see the next one, parting. Parting means a line of a person's head where hair is divided into with comb. Next word says that pace. Pace means to walk up and down many times. I hope you have gone through all the words. Let us see more of them. Next word is rigid. Next word is rigid. Rigid means moved by twisting. Next word is slithered. Slithered means moved or glided. And the last but not the least is vermilion. Vermilion means bright red in color. These were few important words we have came across in the chapter. If you have difficulty in other words, we can look in them within the book. Now, we will be discussing the exercise of the chapter Snake and the Mirror. Are you ready? Let's get started. So, we have a few questions. The first question says that the doctor heard a sound coming above 3 times, coming from above 3 times. What was it? So the question says, the doctor heard a sound coming from above 3 times. What was it? So when the story begins, the narrator or the doctor tells that I live in a rented house which has lot of rats coming in and out frequently. So when the doctor enters his room, he thinks that the sound which is coming above is made by the movement of rats. But he was wrong. It was the sound made by the rattling snake. He was crawling over the beam and the narrator or the doctor thought that it must be the sound made by the rats. So I think you have understood, as we have gone through the story and we know that the sound was made by nothing but the snake. The next question. The next question says that, why did the doctor sit like a stone? Why did the doctor sit like stone? Try to recall the story. When the doctor was sitting on the chair, suddenly a snake fallen down and slowly he started coiling him in his left hand. Due to fear and mixed surprised feeling, the doctor knew that if he moves a little bit, he will be bitten by the snake and it may lead to his death. Seeing this danger, doctor decided that if I will remain like a statue, the snake will not harm him. That is why the doctor was sitting like a stone. I hope you have understood this one. Let us move to the next question. The next question says that what made the doctor forget his fears and have a sense of relief? Let's read the question again. What made the doctor forget his fears and have a sense of relief? If you remember the story, you may recall that when the doctor was sitting and the snake was coiling his left hand, after some time, the snake uncoiled the left hand of the doctor and slowly from his laps it moves towards the mirror which is kept on the one side of the table, and the snake moves closer to the mirror as if the snake was looking his image inside the mirror. While seeing that, the narrator or the doctor feels the sigh of relief and he thinks that the snake is admired of his own beauty. That is why he is very eager to look at his face from a closer angle. Thinking of this, he has felt a sense of relief and he has forgotten his fears. I think it is clear to you. Let us move to the next question. The next question says that, did the snake admire its beauty? Yes or no? Pick the lines from the passage in the support of your answer. Question says that, did the snake admire its beauty? Admire its beauty? Yes or no? Pick the lines from the passage. In support of your answer. So, what is the meaning of the word admire? Admire means attracted, to start loving. So, the question means, did the snake admire its beauty? Did the snake started liking its own beauty, its own face? Yes or no? Pick the line from the passage in support of your answer. So according to the lesson, as the doctor imagines The snake has fallen in love with its own beauty. How did the doctor decide this? How can we decide this? Whenever we feel looking into the mirror, why do we do that? We look into the mirror in order to check whether we are looking beautiful or not. In the same manner, the snake moves towards the mirror and closer to it. It shows that the snake must be liking his own beauty. He must be looking at its face. He might be wanting to check that how does he look. So, we can say that he has admired of his own beauty. In support of our answer, we have a line, we have a passage in our lesson. Let us look at it. It says that it seemed as if God appreciated it. The snake turned its head, it looked into mirror and saw its reflection. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into the mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on his forehead? This paragraph on page number 5 shows that the snake was admired of his own beauty. I hope you have understood this question. Let us move to the next question. So, we have our 5th question over here. Let us go through it. Why did the doctor want to marry a doctor? Why did the doctor want to marry a doctor? What kind of woman doctor would he like to marry? What kind of woman doctor would he like to marry? So, we have came to see that in the chapter itself, when the doctor was unable to sleep, he went to the chair and he started thinking some random thoughts. During the thoughts itself, he got a idea that I should marry. And to what kind of lady he wanted to marry? He wanted to marry a doctor. So the question was, why did the doctor wanted to marry a doctor? So he wanted to marry a doctor because he had to make his presence felt. He felt that he is a doctor, so his wife should also be a doctor. At the same time, what kind of woman doctor would he like to marry? He decided to marry a doctor who is very rich and at the same time she should be very fat. What is the reason that she wanted a fat lady to marry? Because if he makes any mistake and if she wanted to run behind him, she should not be able to catch him. That was the reason the doctor wanted to marry a lady doctor who is very rich. At the same time, she should be very fat. Let us go to the next question. The next question says, in those days, I was a great admirer of beauty. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty. Do you think looks are more important than skills and behavior? Do you think that looks are more important than skills and behavior? Why? This is a very important question. It says that in those days I was a great admirer of beauty. This statement was made by the doctor when he was practicing his medical, and he says that he was a lover of beauty. Based on this statement, it is trying to ask us a question that, do you think that looks are more important than skills and behavior? What is the meaning of looks? Looks is nothing but the physical appearance. The way we look into a mirror, that is called our look. So, is our look more important than the skills and behavior? Let us take an example. If you know something, if you have some skill, for example, singing, writing, dancing or anything, this skill will last forever till your last breath. If you behave well with the people, with the person, you will have more following. The more people will like you. So, the skills and the behavior are the everlasting traits of human being. But the looks are not permanent. They are not everlasting. As we grow older and older, a time comes when we get wrinkles on our skin, when there will not be any charm in our face. So, the physical beauty or looks are not permanent, but skills and behavior are the permanent qualities of human being. So, therefore, the real beauty is nothing but skills and behavior, not the physical beauty. I hope you have understood this. Let us go to our next question. The next question says that, what did the doctor think about the snake when it looked into the mirror? What did the doctor think about the snake when it looked into the mirror. The doctor thinks that the snake also is admired of its own beauty. That is why it wants to enjoy its own beauty from the closer distances. The snake might be planning to take a decision, to make an important decision, such as growing a mustache or having a vermilion spot on his forehead. So this type of thoughts were coming into the doctor's mind when he looked that the snake is looking itself into the mirror, and that thing made him to feel a little bit relaxed, and at the same time it has given him a chance to escape from that situation. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. The next question says that, why did the doctor run to his friend's house? Did the snake want to harm the doctor? Did the snake want to harm the doctor? Why or why not? So here we have a question. Why did the doctor run to his friend's house? Did the snake want to harm the doctor? Why or why not? So at the end of the story, we have seen that as the snake stares into the mirror, the doctor gets a chance and suddenly he becomes the man of flesh and blood. In other words, he gets a lot of energy from nowhere, and with all energy he runs towards his friend's house. So what was the reason? It's very simple, and it's clear that he wanted to save his life. He was afraid that if he stays there anymore, the snake would be biting him and it may lead him to a cruel death. So in order to save his life, he ran to his friend's house. The next question is, within it is, did the snake want to harm the doctor? Since the snake is a wild creature, he may or may not feel that the doctor may be wanting to harm itself. So in order to save its own life, the snake might attack the doctor. So, but in this case, it did not attack the doctor. So that is why we can say that the snake did not want to hurt the doctor. I hope you have enjoyed this session and you have learnt a lot. We will be continuing with this lesson in our next class. Myself, Amit Upadhyay, catching in next class.